So sis, Eddie, so sis, I know you were saying, you know, it said if it's deeper than the skin. But watch this right here. Watch this. Listen to this real quick. We're going to bring this back and I'm going to show you something else. Watch this. Come on.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 3. With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods.
It's talking about the other nations.
That's right.
So back then, the other nations, I'm talking about all of them, when they used to look upon the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they always took us to be gods. They always knew we was better than them. Back then, we didn't wear weave, we didn't wear sew-ins, we didn't wear dyed hair, we didn't wear all that stuff you can go buy at the Arab store. And that alone in itself, the other nations took us to be gods. The other nations always envied us. See this brother right here with the dreads, the sister with the dreads, with the woolly hair? The other nations want that.
Right.
But guess what we're doing? We want to look like them. They trying to be like us, and all in the meantime, we want to be like them. But they know we the guys of this earth. That makes sense, sis? Brother, you understand that, bro? Read.
With whose beauty?
Wait, read it again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 3.
This is the wisdom of Solomon. Y'all know who King Solomon is? Say it again, sis. Sis, come closer, sis. I want you to get out that sun, sis. I want you to get out this sun, sis. I know it's hot. I know Xavier hot, but listen to this. The sister say Solomon was the wisest man to ever walk this earth. Right. She is 100% correct. This King Solomon was our forefather. Yes. Understand that. So listen, yeah, please get the brother some water. Get the brother some water. Alright? Listen to this. Listen.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 3.
So this is what the wisest man that ever walked the earth says.
With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods.
The other nations always took us to be gods. The other nations have always envied us throughout all of our history. Come on.
Let them know how much better the Lord of them is.
It says, know how much better that the Lord of them is. Because guess what? God, the one who created us in the perfection of his beauty.
That's right.
We was created in God's image.
Right.
So therefore, we the most beautifulest people of this earth.
That's right.
I tell you that God is the author of beauty. That's why, think about it. If God created us in his image, and he's the author of beauty, it only makes sense for the other nations to only envy us.
Right.
It don't make sense for us to envy the other nations.
That's right.
Come on.
For the first author of beauty.
He said what?
For the first author of beauty.
God is the first author of beauty. And we is his first creation as a people.
That's right.
We his children. We are the direct descendants of the Most High God. Come on.
Has created them.
That your regular hair, sis, that natural hair that grow up under your weave, that's beautiful, sis.
Right.
That's beauty.
Right.
Not the straight hair thing. That's because guess what? That's what you wearing. You wearing that thing Caesar Borgia wear. That straight, stringy blonde hair. God didn't create that for us.
Right.
Come on. That was it. Proverbs 3 and 31.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Come on.
So listen to this, sis, because you said, well, if it be deeper than the skin. So watch what God says right here.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Say what?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Say what?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
It says, envy thou not the oppressor. What does that mean to you, brother? What does that mean to you? Envy thou not the oppressor. Envy not the oppressor.
Don't lust after the things that the white man has.
Say it again.
Don't lust after the things that the white man has.
Say it again, brother.
Don't lust after the things that the white man has.
You hear that, sir?
That's right.
He said, do not lust after the things that the white man have. We just read that the other nations took us to be gods in our beauty. And God says in Proverbs, envy thou not the oppressor. So, you got a question, sis? Go ahead, sis. What you got? You see that? You see that, sis? You see that?
he was given this world.
Yeah, that lets you know what? We still in captivity. We still serving our oppressors. Now don't get me wrong, sis. We're not trying to attack you, but we're just trying to show you how this captivity is. You see what I'm saying? So that was a good point that you made. But guess what? We got to come up out of Babylon. Watch this real quick. What you got? What was that? Where we at? Listen to this. To the point that she made. Listen to this, brother. Look, you see the sister right here? You see what I'm saying? That's the agenda that they pushing on us. They trying to force us to stay in our sin. That's the overall agenda. Understand this. The so-called white man spend $1 billion a year to keep us in sin, to force us to not know who we are. Just like the sister was saying earlier. Listen to this. Give me 2 Ezra chapter 6.
2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 54.
Come on.
And after these, Adam also. 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 54.
Come on.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Brother right here, what's your name? Melvin. It said after these, he made Adam Lord of all the creatures, right? You familiar with Adam? Since you familiar with Adam? First man. So, read it again.
2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54.
Come on.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Come on.
Of him come we all.
So I say from Adam came everybody. Understand that. From Adam, from the lineage of Adam, came all the people of the earth. Read.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So not only did all the people of the earth come from Adam, but also the people who God has chosen. Who did God choose? The what? All praise to the Most High. Brother, did you get that?
What's that, brother?
All right, brother. I need you to pay attention. We covering that whole flyer.
Yeah.
What I'm bringing out to you right now is so important. Listen, brother. Listen. Read it again. Read it again. Come on.
2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Come on.
Of him come we all.
From Adam came everybody. Come on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people who God chose. So who are the people that God chose? Us. Who is us?
The Negroes in the home.
The Israelites. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people.
That's right.
Read.
And this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Wait a minute. What did he say? Read it real slow.
Because thou hast made it the world for our sakes.
Brother, Melvin, did you hear what God said, brother? Did you hear what God said, brother? He made the world for our sakes. So that's just like the sister was saying. Tupac said that in the song. He said he didn't make the world was made for our sakes. Where do you think he got that from? Now let me ask you a question. Was the world made for the so-called white man's sakes? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now we done ran into an issue. We done ran into an issue. What you say, sis?
Boss, I gotta go. Can you get my number?
Bro, hold on. Before you leave, you don't want to miss this right here.
That's right.
Sis, what you say?
It's a mutation. They did something. But the white man come from a black man, but we was never intended to be that.
He said, from Adam came the world. But, and also his chosen. So pertaining to the chosen, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, what did he say?
Thou madest the world for our sakes.
God made the world only for our sake. Read.
As for the other people.
This is what you're not going to read in the Christian church.
Right.
The Christian church will not bring this information out to you.
Right.
What book are we reading? The King James Bible.
Right.
Read.
Right. Which also come of Adam. Thou hast said.
He said, now the other people, which also came from Adam, thou hast said what?
That they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
No, they God's chosen.
They are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
He said the other people that he created are nothing.
Right.
That's right.
So I asked y'all a question. I said, if God made the world for our sakes, did he make the world for them? He didn't. He didn't.
Bring it
You're
up.
not going to read that in the church. That's why it's important to know who you are. What you got?
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 17.
On top of what he said, this is what else he said.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Because the church teach you that anybody can receive salvation. If you call on the name of Jesus, they say you'll be grafted in. But they don't have the understanding of the scriptures. But God said what?
Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
He said we will be a world without end. You know how we become that world without end?
Bring it up.
You know how we become that world without end? We come back to God's law.
That's right.
You know how we become a world without end? You know how we become a world without end, sis? We take off them crosses.
That's right.
That cross, brother? Brother.
I'm listening, brother.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
You know what I wrote? That's a graven image, brother. Christ was crucified on that cross, brother.
Yeah, right.
You understand that? Check this out. If I was killed at the hands of an AK-47, would I want my people to wear AK-47 around their neck to honor me? No, right?
It makes sense, brother. It makes a lot
Okay.
of sense.
Well, all right, so that makes sense. But let's see what the Most High God says.
Bring it up.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 18.
Come on.
What profited the graven image?
It said, what profiteth the graven image? You know what it profiteth? You know who it profiteth? This man right here.
That's right.
This man right here. To keep us in our sin. To keep us in our sin. To keep us in Christianity and Catholicism. To keep us worshiping right Jesus.
Bring it
To
out.
keep us breaking the Sabbath. To keep us shaving our face. Come on.
That the maker thereof have graven it.
That the maker hath graven it. Come on.
The molten image. And a teacher of lies.
It say, and a teacher of lies. A teacher of lies.
The molten image and a teacher of lies. That the maker of his work trusted therein.
See, trust the man who made that. He made it to, guess what? The people who made that, to keep us in our sin. To keep us under their doctrine. Come on.
To make dumb idols.
To make what?
Dumb idols.
That's a dumb idol, brother. That cross ain't got nothing to do with this Bible.
Right.
That was nothing but a place. That's almost like, you remember in slavery when our brothers used to hang from a tree? That's how they started doing us first. Putting us on them crosses, bro. That's like wearing a tree around your neck with a noose on it. Come on.
Woe unto him
Woe means destruction. Destruction unto him. Come on.
that say to the wood, awake to the dumb stone.
You see that what you got around your neck? What's that made of, brother?
Actually, it was made of paper bag.
It's made of what?
It was made of paper bag, man.
It's made of paper bag? Where does paper come from, brother? Read it again.
Woe unto him that say unto the wood,
Saith unto the what?
unto the wood,
If God ordained that cross to be a symbol to represent him, why would he put this in the Bible? Read.
awake to the dumb stone.
Because guess what? Not only do we worship that cross made of wood, we worship a dumb stone. You ever seen them stone images set up with the Saint Joseph and Saint Paul and even the Muslims? Guess what they do? They worship a stone. But check this out, bro. Hold that. Give me Jeremiah 10 and 14 for the brother. Jeremiah 10 and 14, because guess what, brother? If you really knew what that symbol meant, you would throw that away.
Right.
You would throw it away, brother.
That's right.
Read what you got.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 14. Every man is brutish in his knowledge.
Every man knows so much about his own knowledge. But guess what? We don't know nothing about God's knowledge. Because why you wearing the cross? What was your purpose of wearing it? Be honest.
Actually, brother, you know, it was given to me by a brother in jail.
Okay.
And, you know, instead of disrespecting him, I'm going to take it off.
Okay.
I'm going to write him a letter as to why I'm sending it back to him.
My brother.
I'm going to send him this pamphlet.
I'm going to tell you what, don't send it back to him. That would properly, hold on, I want you to finish that. Don't send it back to him.
Talk to me, bro. Talk
to me. You see what I'm saying? Because that's now you're putting the sin on him. You see what I'm saying? Watch this. Finish that.
Every man is brutish in his knowledge.
Come on.
Every founder is confounded by the graven image.
You see that? We confused when it dealing with that graven image, because we don't know what it means. We don't know where it came from. We was forced to worship that. We're coming over here on slave boat. If we didn't, we was killed. But now we still carrying on that custom of the white man. Come on.
For his molten image is falsehood.
Brother, the Bible say that is falsehood, brother. Brother, take the image off, brother. Throw it in the trash, brother. Burn it, brother.
Right.
Get rid of that thing, bro.
And there is no breath in them.
It don't breathe. It said there's no breath in it. What can it do for you? It can't do nothing for you. It can't save you from this captivity. It can't stop the so-called white man from oppressing us in the ghettos.
That's right.
It can't save us from the conditions that we're in. It has no breath in it.
That's right.
Come on.
They are vanity.
It's nothing. It's nothing. Those graven images are nothing. Come on.
And the work of errors.
It's a mistake. It's the work of sin. It's the work of sin.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.